Well, hello, and thanks for joining for another video from BearFlagMercantile. And this is Sean coming to you nearly live on recording. But I wanted to show some more military items. I've got a footlocker setting behind me I still need to go through. Again, this is some more of my brother's items that he's downsizing. Um, there's some good bayonets here. I just have to do some looking up. And seeing what the current values are. Um, one of them's Italian, and I forget what most of them are, so that's why I got to look up some things. It's just too much stuff going through my mind right at the moment. But when I put them up for sale, I'll have accurate descriptions and have researched current market values. One I know for sure that I like is this Lee Medford here, and this one here has a bunch of markings on it that need to be checked out because those markings could, and they're hard to see on, there we go, hard to see on the camera. And in the lighting, they're light marks, but they were, put on. But anyway, the marks could determine, well, they can determine which unit this was issued to. This is an older one. It's like 1800s, around that time period. I'll say circa 1800s. It's been through some combat and some use. This is it's non-functional right there to remove it from a rifle. So there's even some more markings on it right there. So this is going to take a little bit of look because, again, I want maximum value for these because they're for my brother and he's downsizing. But if anybody out there on this platform sees any that they like, they may contact me through email, or you can go to my Facebook page, BearFlagMercantile, and send me a message in Messenger, which I'll probably get faster than an email. But I'm always by the phone where I can respond within an hour to requests. Or you can contact me on Estatesalesenterprises at gmail.com. I'll put all that down in the description. But Facebook is the best bet right now, where you can send me a message, and that way myself or my wife gets it, and we can contact you and deal with things closer. There's a few more items. There's this for people who like the modern type of weaponry right here. This is made in the USA, M78 Survival Knife. I'll pull it out. I'm going to film myself. Take another look at these bayonets here while I'm taking this out with one hand here. On the other hand, lighter thing here. I like this one here. I like that Lee Medford also, and I know this is Italian. And that's German G3. I believe this is World War, is from the First War. German. And this one might be as well. Like I said, I just saw him when he showed him to me, what he had, and they're really good. They're good. They're good value, but he mainly concentrated on American Garand and Springfield bayonets and fighting knives and things like that. I don't think those are going to get sold because they're too hard to find right now. But and these aren't, more or less, they're not really common. They're getting harder to find because, of course, they're not making them anymore, and collectors have picked them up, or they're laying in someone's attic or garage, or going into a trash bin somewhere from people who just want to clean out a house and not really looking. But no, these were all flea markets and gun shows. We were collecting back in the day when they had the good flea markets. This is 30, 40 years ago that we were picking these things up. And back then you can get bayonets for $1, $2, $10, I think was the highest price either one of us ever paid for bayonets. He might have paid more because he knew more about them. I never bought very many bayonets, but I specialize more in German military and American airborne. But these are nice, and I'm still going to show you this one knife I got. I wanted to showcase these because these are pretty good. Now this is going to be I got to look up to see what current selling price is, but again, this is USA, made in USA, M75. It's from Imperial Knives. Imperial Knives have been around in the U.S. for a long time. They're very good quality. And if this is tested like if it's Marine Corps tough, man, you better bet it's going to meet your needs, because you won't be doing half as much as Marines do. See, everything is new that comes with this. Looks like it's got like a little survival kit inside here. And that feels like a compass. A Red Ryder BB gun with a compass in the stock. Yeah, that's what it is. I'm not going to take it out, but it's a compass. And then we have start up here on this handle. That's nail puller, and that's a really nice piece of solid steel here that you can use possibly as a hammer or some type of blunt force tool or weapon if need be. And then you have these nice handles. These are like on the M16 bayonet type handles on here. They're pretty tough. Then here we have some screwdrivers. And then you pull this out. Now this isn't one of those cheap. Let me pull this out. The knife. Now you can see the blade. I mean, there's a few marks. I'm going to wipe it down, but that's where a price tag was, I believe. Maybe a little bit of discoloration, but I'll shoot some oil on there and take care of that before it even goes out. Actually, when it's on auction, you won't even see those. They'll be taken care of. But that's a nice little cutting edge there, and it's still very sharp. It's got the, that's not a false edge on top. That will cut you. And then we got some serration for cutting branches, trees. This is a pretty good survival knife. It is very lightweight, very well balanced for what it is. I mean, you can hold that easy. You can bring it in tight there. But that's something that I would honestly have in my go bag, or use daily since we live up in the mountains here. This is something that I could probably utilize quite a bit. You know, just having a good knife and a saw edge. And that bit, you know, I mean, that grabs your finger. But yeah, this isn't one of those cheap little stainless steel Japanese made or China made survival knives that came out after Rambo came on. So I'll leave that out just like that, so I remember to wipe that blade down. But there's no damage to the finish with that. That's just something simple on there. I know blades, so that is nothing. Doesn't even take any value away from it. But these were pretty expensive, according to my brother. He paid retail for it, of course, when he bought it. And you know, sometimes we buy knives, we just set them back and use them. And if this was a go-to knife, like used in a go bag or something, it would be left alone anyways. So, but that's a good little daily carrier and stuff. So I'm going to put that on eBay. Most of these items, after I research them, are going to be placed on eBay because I want to give customers every aspect of what they're purchasing from me, and I don't put on my listings old with 20 question marks or war knife, or you know, it's exactly what it is listed as, is what it was manufactured to be, with basic details, understand what it is value wise, and you know, all that. So again, like I said, anybody's interested, contact me. Then we got this T-handled shovel. Now I'm going to look up a value. I can't guarantee this is going to go up for sale because this is something I don't have in my collection, and I would like it. I know he's got some others, but I don't know if he's going to sell them. He's got some ones that are shortened down to around here for airborne use, and since I collect airborne items and German items. I'd like to have, a shorter version, but I still collect things from the Great War. I believe that, this is World War One. It would go into World War II in the early issues. And these are getting harder to find as well, especially in this condition. The only thing it's been done is there's a conservation done to the wood to keep it, because we got it. He got it. And it was, I think I remember this when it was pretty dry and split. So not split, but just the grain was raising a little bit from just improper care. But he's got it back into, as issued, except for the original green paint, which it would just been probably dunked in something. There's remnants. You can see it on this blade. So that's a cool item. And again, if something you see catches your eye, contact me. Then we got this mug here. Golden Eagles VP9. I'm not sure the age of this. This is Fuji Shop. Okay, so this will be post-World War II. So sometime, maybe Korean, maybe Vietnam era. But the man's name, Don, is on here. Pilot wings. This is a cool item too. And it's porcelain. It's going to be pretty good. This here, we've got a Navy officer's belt. I'm saying around 1880s when we started to have a decent Navy. It might be older. I'm going to check this out too. It's just been a while. I really don't delve into Navy items myself when I collect. I mean, I have a little bit. I don't really pass it up. That stuff's harder to find for me so far inland here. Most of the infantry soldiers and things came back to these areas. But, it's got the original belt. The belt is well aged. But even if it's from the Great War, it's still very nice. Buckle and original belt. You're going to want to use some kind of preservative on the leather. It'll darken it back up a little bit, plus take those cracks out. So that's nice. Then we got this ammunition box. It had some sealer put on it because it was kept by the, I think you found that in Monterey around Fort Ord. But the 45 ACP box, cartridge box, wooden, of course it doesn't have the screws. Those were long gone after the war. And see, it was just preserved. Put some I'm stuttering, sealer, and that was re-glued, but that was re-glued a long time ago. You can tell by the coloration in the color within the glue and wood, and what's inside isn't going. He gave some items to me, except these are my mom's. I'm going to sell these for her if anybody's interested in their shop. They're for working in a machine shop to protect your eyes. It's like safety glasses, early safety glasses. However, they fold the opposite way. See, they fold back here. So they look like that. And I got to have my son hold this or put it on a stand next time because I hate doing this one-handed. But see that? And the screens will... sorry. The screens will fold in. It's got a little bit of separation right there. But these are older, and I forget the date of them. But, I'm going to look them up because I know that people who ride motorcycles nowadays are trying to get into retro bike riding, like dressing and using parts and pieces of things that, I don't know. But motorcycle riders wear these as goggles. See, they're not prescription lenses, so you can just put them on and ride your motorcycle, keep the bugs out of your eyes. I know my eyes used to water quite a bit, even wearing glasses. When I ride a motorcycle until I got some goggles for Christmas. And I wore those all the time. And, well, that's all I got for right now. Sorry to cut off like that, but I'm going to be doing some searching on these. Again, I've said it 100 times throughout the auction. And I got to find a value on stuff because I do look things up. So, that's it for now. Again, I'll be having another video as I go through this Foot Locker. I believe there's a lot of World War II and other types of canteens in there. And I also have a mountain backpack from World War II with a frame that is not on this video. I'll show next time. And, you know, look at the other auctions I got coming up where I mentioned that my brother's selling items. Take a look. I can talk to him and we can entertain offers, but, you know, for the most part, like I said, I'm trying to get maximum value, retail value for him, because this is what, you know, it would be marked at an antique shop. So there's a little room for wheeling and dealing, but so I'm handling all these for them. They'll be on eBay. You know, they can't really list them on Facebook, but there's some groups that I belong to that specifically for bayonets and edged weapons and rifles, just different groups. You can find them all on eBay. That I'm gonna maybe put them in there to kind of see how interested people are, and that'll determine, you know, how quick I put them up for sale or make a direct sale to people on those sites. So, with that being said, check my other videos. Watch for new ones to come, because possibly later this afternoon I'm going to do the Foot Locker and all that, and I'll have it on a stand, or I'll have one of my kids videotape while I do a show and tell. Okay? Thanks for watching. Everybody stay safe, stay well, take care of yourselves. It's important that you do. So, with that, we'll see you on down the road.